So hi everyone, I'm Sherry Cope and I am super thrilled to be with you today in beautiful Aspen, Colorado. It's probably one of our very last beautiful fall days. So I thought it'd be really fun to record this video for you here in this amazing setting. And we are actually going to start standing this morning for this class. And it will be a class that's going to work obviously all parts of the body, but we're also going to work with areas that help us create more calm in our body and focus in energy. So you'll leave hopefully this practice with clear, calm, and focused energy. Okay, so let's get started standing, and we will stand in Tadasana, which is mountain pose, which is appropriate for our class this morning. And we just stand tall. You can close your eyes or keep your eyes focused on a point in front of you, maybe 10 feet away on the ground. So soften your shoulders and just here start to breathe naturally. Okay? So we'll just inhale and exhale naturally. And really feel your feet on your mat. And as your feet are nicely rooted, grounded into the mat, you're going to stand up tall. Let your crown of your head sort of feel floaty and light. And we'll start to inhale through the nose and fill your belly. So you'll just let go of the belly muscles so you can allow the air to come in more deeply. And as you exhale, let it flow out your mouth. We'll do that one more round. Inhale. And exhale out the mouth. We'll do 2 rounds of box breathing. And so on your inhale, we'll count to 4. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold at the top for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll hold at the bottom. 3, 2, 1. One more round. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. Hold at the bottom for 4. And now just relax that breath. Okay. You can open your eyes and we'll come into a chair pose, but we'll keep our feet about hips distance apart for this one. So just go ahead and just sink into your hips, and you can bring your hands right here to heart center. And this is where we're going to start to get the blood flowing, pumping through. So all the poses this morning are really designed to release the anxious energy that we carry in our bodies and our minds. So then when you leave again, you'll be nice and again, calm or concentrated. Okay, so let's reach the arms up overhead in our chair and find a little bit of stillness here. Lift the chest up slightly. And then exhale, let's release the arms back into airplane arms. Inhale, reaching back up. Keep your seat. Exhale, float the arms back. Inhale, reach up. Maybe add a little more vigorous movement as you exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale, one more. Exhale, inhale, and stand. Good. Then we'll take hold of your right wrist and side bend over to your left. And then come on back up, take hold of your opposite wrist and we'll side bend. So breathe into the side of the rib cage that's bending, so your left rib cage here. And then come on back up. Release the hands. Exhale, come into a forward fold. So nice, straight, long spine as you fold in. Inhale, half lift. Place your hands on your shins. Exhale, forward fold. Root into the feet. Inhale, rise all the way to stand. Drawing hands, heart center. Good. We'll do one more half sun salutation. Inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Again, nice long spine. Inhale, half lift, hands on shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way to stand. And then drawing hands, heart center. Perfect. So now we'll come and place our feet again, hips distance apart, more towards the front of your mat. Inhale, reaching up. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, half lift. Take a big step back with your left leg. So we'll come into a low lunge. Hands can stay down, framing your front foot. Good. Look ahead, lift the heart forward. And then exhale, lower your left knee down. Rise on up to a knee lunge or Anjaneyasana. Good, so reach up, gather your hips. We want to tuck the tailbone a little bit. Cactus the arms, and we'll lean back slightly. Inhale, reach. Release your hands down, frame your foot, and extend your right leg long into a runner stretch. Good. So lift the chest up halfway. In forward fold, lead with your sternum ahead. And then come on back forward, bend into the knee. Good. And we're going to plant the left hand and take a twist to the right. So reach the right arm way up and even lean back, open the chest. So let's take that right leg and we're going to swing it back into a modified side plank. So we're going to turn to the right side of the mat. Reach the right arm up and over like a crescent shape. Lift the right hip upward. Good. Then place both hands down and both knees down. Good. Walk your hands forward so you're in a knee plank. Exhale, release all the way to your belly. Good. Arms reach down along the side behind you. Tops of the feet are pointing. Okay. Inhale, lift everything up for locust pose. So we're using our back body. Open the chest, draw your shoulder heads away from the mat. Exhale, lower. One more inhale, lift for locust. And exhale, lower. Place both hands down on your mat next to your rib cage. Lift up for a cobra. So we'll keep our knees and pelvis on the mat, lifting, and again, open your chest here. Lower down, curl your toes, push up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg and back. Left leg. Step your left foot up between the hands. Good. Look ahead, lift the chest. Then release your right knee down. Rise on up for Anjaneyasana. Good. And again, we're going to tuck the tailbone under, draw the belly in, cactus the arms, and lean back. Inhale, reach. Release the hands down. Runner stretch, so stretch your left leg long. Look ahead, lift the heart up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Take another breath right here. Bend your knee as much as you need. And then start to bend back into your left knee. Take that twist to your left. Left arm reaches, right hand is on your mat. Good. And then we're going to swing the left leg back. So we're still on the right knee. The left leg goes straight down the mat and left arm up and over for that crescent shape. Lift your left hip up. And then come back to that knee plank. So your knees are back behind your hips. Lower down all the way to the belly. Good. We'll do one locust pose. So reach the arms back behind. Inhale, lift legs, lift chest. Take an inhale, lift higher. Exhale, lower. Place your hands next to your rib cage and push up and back to a downward facing dog. So our first down dog, essentially where we'll stay just for a few breaths. So let your feet sort of pedal up and down. Your knees can bend one and then the other, moving around your down dog a bit. Good. Really press into your hands and lift your hips up and back. Take another inhale. And then exhale, bend the knees, look ahead, walk your feet up to the top of your mat. Half lift, inhale, forward fold, exhale. Inhale, rise all the way to stand. Okay, drawing hands heart center. Inhale, reaching. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, half lift. Step back to a plank, so you can come into a high plank or back to that knee plank version. Shift the weight forward slightly. Lower down to chaturanga halfway, or you can continue all the way. Lift to an upward facing dog or back to that cobra lift we just did. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lifting the right leg and back, three-legged dog. Step your right foot up between the hands. So setting up for warrior two, we'll place the full left foot down, heel to arch alignment in the feet. Wheel the arms up and open. We're facing the left side of the mat, right leg is forward. Just add some pulses here. So our right knee is tracking over the big and second toe. And relax your shoulders. Take another breath or two here. Turn your right palm up, reverse your warrior. The left hand could just lightly be placed on your left leg. Breathe into your right rib cage and then rise on up, warrior two. Okay. Straighten into your right leg. You can shorten your stance just a little bit. Hinge forward and place your right hand on your shin. We'll just stay there today. And the left arm goes straight up towards the sky. Good. Tone your right leg. Okay, your lower half is strong. Allow that strength and groundedness rise up through that left hand. Okay, and then we'll rise on back up. Good. Wheel your hands down and take that twist to the right. So keep your left knee lifted, reach the right arm up and twist right. Now pivot over to the left side of the mat. Walk your hands inside that front foot, turn to the left. Skater stretch. So left knee is bent, right leg is long. Stretching into your adductor here. Come over to the right. Pause. Just feel that nice stretch. Good. Now pivot to the back of your mat. So we're turning to the left foot. And set up for warrior two, left side. So the right foot is fully down. Heel to arch alignment in the feet. Open the arms wide. And we'll just pause here for a couple of breaths. Again, let that breath breathe long and deep. Turn your left palm up and reverse the warrior. One more breath here. Breathe into your left rib cage. And rise back on up. Triangle pose. Extend your left leg. Step your right foot in just a bit more and hinge forward. Place your left hand on your shin. Right arm to the sky. And again, we're activating our left leg in particular. Reach up through your right hand. And then come on back up to stand. Good. Exhale, wheel the hands back down so you're turning back to the back of your mat. Right hand is down, twist to the left. Now pivoting back to the right side of your mat. So we'll come into a wide-legged forward fold. So you can adjust your feet. Your feet are about parallel and wide. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Just a nice stretchy forward fold. Lift the sit bones up a little bit higher. Maybe straighten the legs more. Take another breath. Inhale. Exhale, release. Good. Lift the chest up about halfway, and then we'll pivot back to the front of the mat. Plant your hands. We'll take a vinyasa here. So step back, your version of plank. Chaturanga, again, either halfway or all the way, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg and back to start. Stepping your left foot up between the hands, coming back up to that warrior two. Take a breath or two here. Perfect. And we'll reverse the warrior. Left arm up and back. Take your right hand, place it behind the back. Yeah. So we're in a half bind. Now rise on back up. Keep the right arm behind the back. Reach the left arm forward. Hinge forward. Place the forearm onto that front thigh. Good. And then start to rotate the chest upwards. Draw your right shoulder back to open. Good. Come on back up into warrior two. Exhale, release your hands down inside that front left foot. So you may need to heel toe your foot over to the left just a little bit. And we're in lizard pose. So just pause here. This is just a stretchy hip mobility pose. And lift the chest up halfway. Exhale, round into your back like cat. So you want to puff up the upper back, push the mat away. Inhale, lift the chest. One more cat back as you lift upwards and then come back and just release. Let's pivot back to the right side of the mat. Come into that skater stretch. So right knee is bent first. You can even add a little power, reaching the right arms or the arms off to the right. Come over to your left. One more right and left. So come over to the right, over to your left. And now we'll turn and pivot to the back of the mat to your right foot. Set up for warrior two. Left foot is fully down. Wheel the arms open. Reverse your warrior, right arm up and back. Take the left arm behind that low back for that half bound reverse. Come back on up. Keep the left arm behind. Reach forward with the right hand, hinge, and then place your forearm onto that front thigh. Yep. Extended side angle with a shoulder opener. So start to turn, rotate to your left. Left shoulder draws back. And then rise on back up. Good. And then release down. We'll pivot to your right foot again, placing your hands inside that front foot for lizard pose. Okay, and so again, let's lift the chest up, inhale, exhale, round into the back, so you're lifting the upper back. Inhale, lift the heart forward. Exhale, round and lift. Just come back to a neutral spine, pivot back to the side of your mat, come into that wide-legged stance. Bring your arms underneath your shoulders, lift the chest up halfway. Place your left fingertips on the ground underneath you. Turn and twist to the right. So you can even look up at your thumb if you like. Then we'll place that right hand down. Take your twist to your left. And exhale, release. Now let's pivot back to the front of the mat, so towards your front left foot. Plant your hands. Let's take that vinyasa. So step back, plank, chaturanga, cobra, upward facing dog, and then back to down dog. Great. So child's pose. Just come onto the knees for a moment, and let's have the knees be wider than hips distance, big toes together, and sink the hips back. So shoulder openers, chest openers, they can really energize the body. Start to allow us to breathe deeper, which brings in more oxygen. And then let's rise on up to our knees. So speaking of chest openers and shoulder openers, we're going to come into a camel pose. And we're going to really modify this so it's accessible to everybody. And we're going to start just on our knees and place the hands on that low back. Fingertips are facing down. Okay, really what it's about today is opening the chest and drawing the shoulders back. So I want you to draw the belly in, and the tailbone's gonna feel like it's not scooping under, but just reaching downwards. Now let's start to lift the chest up, squeeze the shoulder blades together behind the back, and maybe the elbows a little closer together behind. Keep lifting up through that heart center. So we will breathe one more inhale, and then exhale, release. You can sit back on your heels for a moment. Okay. And you can notice how that felt for you. And you can modify as you need to. And if you prefer to just be seated like this, you can even open up your chest seated. But we're going to come back up onto the knees if you like. Place the hands again, low back. Draw the belly in, tailbone releases straight down. Inhale, we'll lift the heart up. Squeeze the upper back together. And breathe, really important to breathe. One more inhale, really press into the low back. And then exhale, release. Nice. Go ahead, just a brief child's pose, just to release the low back. And then rise on up and into seated. So just ending our practice with just some nice hip opening and twisting. So bring your feet together. This is cobbler's pose. And you could scooch up as much as you like, but it doesn't have to be too stretchy. Good. Take your hands on your ankles and inhale, lift the chest up. Then leading with your chest, we'll come into a forward fold. Just easing here, breathing and softening. It's really more about that rather than pressing yourself further into this pose. We want to exhale and just feel just more of a release. Take another breath, easy. Exhaling, easy. Good. And then come on back up to seated. Okay, draw your knees together and then let your knees fall over to the left side. Okay, so we're gonna take the right foot and ankle and put it into the sole of that left foot. And we'll start to really feel your sit bones underneath you as you twist to your left. Okay? So we're twisting towards the direction the knees are headed. Now sit up really tall. Yeah, we breathe here. Twisting really rinses out a lot of energy that gets stuck in our hips and in our midsection. Take another breath. Inhale, a little taller. And exhale, release. Come back to that cobbler's pose, feet together, knees turned out. Okay, we'll do one more inhale, lift the chest, lean forward into that fold. Roll up back to seated, draw the knees back in, and then let the knees fall over to the right side. And again, that left ankle will sort of rest right in the sole of that right foot. Twist and turn to your right this time. So every inhale, the spine gets tall. We draw the right shoulder back to open. Staying in your twist as you exhale, soften in through the belly. And go ahead, let's release. Good. Come into just a basic Sukhasana or easy seated pose. Ankles are crossed. Good. And we'll place our hands right here on our knees. We'll end our practice just with some nice deep breathing. So again, close your eyes and I want you to feel the energy that may have been dispersed. You might have a sense of clarity, calmness, more groundedness in your body and in your mind. Take another inhale. Exhale out the mouth, release. Drawing your hands to heart center. Thank you for your practice. From my heart to yours, namaste.